Suggestibility, in a short definition, is that it could open the door for persuasion for an idea that may or may not be true. Some social factors could be interviews with an authority figure. Many of us make or can change our statements based on what we believe they want to hear. An example of this can be spoken when a person is being interviewed. They may struggle with intimidation, frustration, and fatigue. As a result of all the stress and confusion, an authority figure may be able to suggest something that never happened. And in desperation, the interviewee may allow suggestibility to cloud their minds. They may believe or say things that may not be true.
Having strong emotions such as anger and sadness, to name a few, may open a gateway for suggestibility to come into your mind and corrupt our thoughts. Therefore, having strong emotions can make a person vulnerable. Vulnerability can cause someone to trust or make it easier to change someone's ability to process and actually remember something that may have or have not happened. If we are high in cooperativeness, we may appear to go along with others of a different opinion, so our recall isn't as reliable. For example, if a person went to a therapist and started to share personal information, and the therapist started asking leading questions such as, "Do you think that you might have forgotten starting the fire that happened?" Trusting someone who may be able to put suggestibility into your recall makes recall inaccurate. Therefore, there is a high probability of suggestibility if the person is feeling vulnerable. Reward dependence, our willingness to rely on others, also affects our reporting.
What actually happened was my childhood goldfish was flushed down the toilet. But the event that my mom told me, and the one that I remember, was that we buried the fish. On top of my mom being an authority figure, I would be more open to influence if at the time of the memory I was distracted or not paying attention, and the memory was not stored very well in the first place. So it's easier for my mom's version to take hold.
Leading questions can affect someone's suggestibility. A leading question is a question that contains within it a cue for a certain response. It's important to be careful because there are sometimes very subtle suggestibility in leading questions, but still very effective. An example of a leading question is, for instance, how fast a car was going when it smashed into another car or a tree. The word smashed is an aggressive word and can affect the answer. Because of an aggressive word, the answer could lead to a faster speed of the car than it actually was.